What's going on, everybody? Another edition of BWill's Take. I know it's been a while, but man, we got a lot going on outside here. We're still giving y'all the Exit 1 show. Make sure y'all check that out. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel so y'all can see that. Turn the notification bells on. Every Monday, every Tuesday, we release a new episode of the Exit 1 show. Make sure y'all check that out. We talk all things Titans, all things sports and culture. But man, we're here. What a night last night was. JC Latham to the Tennessee Titans, pick number 7 overall. And I was pretty damn stunned. I'm not going to lie. Stunned at the moment that we picked him. At first, I had a little juice, a little hope that Malik Neighbors was going to fall to us at 7, but the Giants crushed those dreams. But man, Latham is such a beast, man, an animal. 6'6", 335. They said he's lost 20 more pounds. Really quick feet, good mirroring ability, and he's one of those guys. When he gets off the bus, the other team's looking at him like, what the hell, man? This guy, huge hands, over 35-inch arms. You know, this guy, he doesn't play with gloves either. Really strong grip strength, not even using gloves or anything. He's an old school tackle, but he's still really good in pass pro too. Primarily played at right tackle at Alabama, practiced at left tackle throughout the year, has been practicing at left tackle ever since the offseason started. He played right tackle because Evan Neal, who was a first-round draft pick, got drafted by the Giants, started at left tackle there, so he played at right tackle. Going into his last season, he asked Saban at the end of the year if he should train at left or right tackle. Saban said, let's just stay at right tackle just for continuity purposes with the offensive line. Team player, leader, highly spoken of. Saban raved about him as soon as we picked him. At first, like I said, I was pretty stunned at the pick. I didn't really expect JC Latham to be taken that early, but looking at how many tackles went off the board early and in the first round, that's the guy Bill Callahan wanted, and, there's no sense in trying to trade back and playing Russian roulette to see if we get a guy. We had the guy we wanted. He was available. We picked him. So Titans fans say we got to trust Bill Callahan. Well, he's made a decision. Get behind him. Let's trust him. He's one of the best offensive line coaches of all time. Handpicked his guy to play left tackle in JC Latham. I think it'll work out well. Latham has all the ability in the world, all the size, all the quickness in the world. He had some issues with penalties, but that's something that we can fix, as Brian Callahan alluded to in the presser. And they also said, this is something I didn't really like, but, he sort of, like we said in the Morning Glory show this morning, Callahan sort of overspoke here. They asked him a question saying, you took a right tackle. Is he going to be at left tackle? And Callahan rambled on after he said, yes, he's going to be our left tackle. But he also mentioned, if he doesn't work at left tackle, then we can move him to right tackle, which is a possibility. Tackle. These defensive ends and edge guys nowadays, it isn't what it used to be 10, 15 years ago. These guys are lining up on both sides. You got TJ Watt that lines up on the right side over the right tackle. We saw what he did against us in, last year and the years before. You've got these guys that are lining up all over now, and then especially with the emergence of all these sim pressure looks, see what Baltimore did last year. They're bringing stunts and everything. They're coming from all directions. So the blind side is important, but you need 2 good tackles at the end of the day. And we're going to have an opportunity at right tackle to have a really good competition if we don't bring anybody else in between Radens, MPF, and potentially Jalen Duncan. So I'm excited to see what we do at right tackle. I'm excited to have JC Latham. It would have been a good flashy pick if we would have took Odunze or tried to trade back and got Olu. I was really high on Olu Fashanu, who I feel bad about. He's got to go learn under Keith Carter, former Titans offensive line coach Keith Carter, one of the worst in the league, in my opinion. I feel bad for him. But I'm still confident in JC Latham, and I think we made the right decision at the end of the day. I would grade it probably a B+, in my opinion. An A would have been trading back and getting them, but that was too risky at the end of the day. And as Carthon mentioned, we had suitors, but as soon as Alt went at 5, I feel like all leverage that we had and was gone. So probably just got lowballed after that, and you got to think it's only like a 15-minute window where we can get a trade in and really have a opportunity to trade back where we want to. You didn't want to trade too far back because we still needed a tackle. And with Neighbors and Marvin Harrison Jr. gone, they obviously thought that Latham was probably a better pick than Odunze in this situation because we have so many receivers late that we can get that'll fit in that role. That'll take me into what I expect today for the second round pick. We've got some good guys left on the board. We got Newton from the D-tackle. I think he's from Illinois. He's a solid guy. I don't think he'll be there at 38. Lad McConkey, a guy that I'm very high on that I'd love to have. Lad McConkey, Adonai Mitchell from Texas. They're saying that, it was some reports out that his type 1 diabetes, is something that he's had trouble managing. I don't really buy too much stock into that. I think that's just a team trying to tank his value a little bit, which the Titans have done years and years going consecutively doing with the prospects. So we'll see about that. Allegedly. But, you know, A.D. Mitchell, Ladd McConkey, and if those three guys, Newton, Mitchell, and McConkey are gone, I prefer us to trade back. But really, I wouldn't even want us to trade back too much if we have a guy like Jackson Powers Johnson on the board there. I know he's a center, standout center from Oregon, center one amongst, you know, a lot of draft gurus and draft scouts. But we've got our center in Lloyd Cushenberry. I wouldn't be mad if we drafted Jackson Powers Johnson and moved him to right guard and really solidified this offensive line for the next 4 or 5 years. I mean, you're talking about dogs in Jackson Powers Johnson, Lloyd Cushenberry, Peter Skoronski, and then J.C. Latham at left tackle. And then we have a competition at right tackle to see who's the best of the rest and plug them in there. We'll be exceptional to solve the O-line problem in 2 picks, really. So I would really like to see that. Y'all let me know in the comments who y'all want to see as the second round pick at number 38, or you prefer us to trade back. Once again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all check out the X&1 show that we release weekly, man. We got some really good analysis there, some really good jokes, man. It's comedy, man. Make sure y'all check that out. And once again, follow us on all socials at tftvsports. Follow me on Twitter myself at BWill tftv. That's where I have a lot of my content, mainly there, where I'm talking about prospects, talking about Titans, and really talking about just about anything on there on Twitter/X, whatever you want to call it. Make sure y'all follow me there. Appreciate y'all. BWill TFTV, make sure y'all like the video. Make sure you subscribe. I'm going to give you a button right here or right here, one of the two. Make sure y'all subscribe.